I'm at the halftime of my summer ministries that involve camps, and I was a part of our own Salesian Leadership Camp. Last week I was with Catholic Heart Work Camp in Bowling Green, Kentucky. All week I had to keep telling people Kentucky because they're like, oh, you're right in town, come back over here. No, I'm not in town. Great town if you've never been. That's where they make the Uncrustables, if you've ever eaten them. Delicious little things. Catholic Heart Work Camp serves them for lunch and has for 30-some years. And Smuckers found out about that and donated all the Uncrustables for the whole week. It was very nice of them to do that. They're like, I don't know, 4,000 or 5,000 calories a piece or something like that. But if you've never had one, they're really good. But what I wanted to say is this gospel shows up a lot in these weeks. And it fits well for people who are on mission or who are doing a trip like that. But if we're honest, we all are on mission, right? And so it always reminds me of a deep truth that's taught in nature. And I always say, true is true. True just shows up all over, right? It shouldn't surprise you that the truth of being a missionary, is true in nature. And it's this, that there are two seas, S-E-A, that are fed by the Jordan River. One is the Sea of Galilee and the other is the Dead Sea. They're both fed by the same water source. Sea of Galilee, full of life and fish and people and wonderful place. Many of you have been there, you know. The Dead Sea is not that. It is indeed dead. It's not a clever name. It's indeed a dead body of water. And that's because it's the drain of our planet. Everything runs to the Dead Sea. It's 10 times saltier than the ocean, which is impressive because the Jordan River isn't salty. It is full of wonderful minerals that, if you've ever been there, you can buy them in stores. Ahava is the biggest brand. Put this mud all over your face. It's wonderful. But if you drank just 8 ounces of that water, you better head to the hospital immediately. It's super toxic. So what's the difference? Fed by the same source, one is teeming with life and the other is literally dead. And it's that one gives and the other does not. The Dead Sea just receives. It just takes. Because don't be mad at the Dead Sea. It doesn't have any choice. It's the drain of the planet. Everything runs to it. It doesn't possess the ability to give, to let it flow through it. It can't. And there's the danger for us. Because what Jesus does in sending them out, as I said to the young ones, he sends them out into what we might call today an urban plunge. He sent them out that they would be changed. Father Greg Boyle makes this point in his book, Tattoos on the Heart. Look, if you're going to go to the margins to fix the people at the margins, don't go. You've made it about yourself, and that's never a good thing. When we go to the margins to help those at the margins, we should go because they're going to make us different. We'll be different as a result of that. I read the short form of this gospel, but right when they come back, they're all excited because they're talking about how the demons had to respond to what they did. And Jesus ends by saying, that's not the point. You got all excited about your power that was really just God's power flowing through you. But that's not what it's about. It's about that your name's going to be written in heaven. But what about us then? If this is what he did to them, for them, which was to make sure they understood that you have to go out. What about us here in a wonderful parish community like St. John the 23rd? A community like this runs the risk of becoming spiritual consumers. There are many wonderful programs and things that pour into us, and that's great. But as is just said, we've got to be able to let that which we receive go back out. We have to be able to be the people that are sent out. And that doesn't mean everyone has to go to our sister parish in Guatemala. That doesn't mean that you all have to go eat Uncrustables in Bowling Green, Kentucky. Although if you want, they'll be there next year. But it does mean, brothers and sisters, that you and I better stop and count the cost of what it is to receive what we've received and to think about the ways in which we let things flow through us. Because as Paul says about the cross isn't something we receive. The cross is something we carry through our own lives. And we are not containers of grace. We are not Tupperware of grace. We are instruments of grace. Grace flows through us so that others would experience it. That's what the 72 did. That's what the early church did. When they received the Eucharist from their altars, their immediate response was to go out so that others would know the love of God, the light of Christ. And so it is for us, that we would stop and contemplate that change within us to say, So when you come this morning to receive the Eucharist, let not your question be so much about what am I receiving or who am I receiving, but to say, where is it going? That which you are about to receive within you, where is it going? Where is God going to ask you to take the presence of Christ that you're going to take within you? Where is it going to go? Because just like the Sea of Galilee and the Dead Sea, there's something to be taught to us. We don't want to run the risk of being people who just receive. We want to be people that let the love of God, the grace of God flow through us. We were made for that to happen, for it to flow through us. One of the reasons this is a profoundly life-giving community, this parish, is because so many take that challenge very seriously and let it flow through you. That's always what it's going to be about. Anything less is pretending that we'll fix it. That they're just problems and we need to fix them, like a honey-do list at home. Fix the gutters, fix the porch, That's not what we've been asked to do. It's all been fixed in the cross. It's all been fixed. What we need to do now is let the love of God flow through us to others. The grace of God, the peace of God, the justice of God flow through us. And so, as I said, as you prepare to receive, let the question on your heart be, as you're about to receive that Eucharist, where is this going? Where is God going to ask me to take this? That can be scary, amen? That can be scary. Maybe we have to pause and say, what have I been holding back on? Where have I been more Tupperware than flute in terms of how I let these things flow through us? As we prepare ourselves to receive him in this Eucharist, to be strengthened, to be sent out this day. May God be praised.